It's December 28th, 2021, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and thank goodness 2021 is almost over. I can't wait to see what 2022 has in store for us. More on that later in the show. New CDC guidelines recommend a COVID quarantine of only 5 days instead of 10 days. So much for your 2-week vacation. Yesterday, Apple announced that all 12 of its New York City stores have been closed to shoppers as COVID-19 cases surge across the U.S. But don't worry, there are still plenty of other places in the city to which people can go to feel superior to others. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the face of the U.S. government's response to COVID-19, says the U.S. should consider a vaccine mandate for domestic air travel, except for Spirit Airlines. If you fly Spirit, you deserve whatever's coming to you. Kamala Harris said that her biggest failure thus far as vice president has been not leaving the Washington, D.C. bubble more often. Although, to be fair, no one's invited her. Belgium announced they are shutting down their 7 nuclear reactors by 2025. The country will then revert to candlelight. An Afghan man who escaped the Taliban says he's desperate to relocate to the U.S. In his note to authorities, he says, "Please, I'll go anywhere except Cleveland." Making the news happen here at Sketchworks NewsBrake takes consistent effort. We now go to Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent and newly minted computer programmer Allie O'Neill for a look at how we'll be optimizing the news in the new year.
Brian, what a year it has been. I now have a real job that pays me real money because I went on the internet and got a real certificate. Unfortunately, this doesn't leave as much time for Sketchworks as I would like, but I am putting my new computer skills to use. I have built a machine that will predict next year's news today. All I have to do is import all of the relevant news stories from the last 5 years, run the algorithm, articulate some splines, and we have next year's news today. Let's see what it says. Oh no. Oh. No. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be just great. For Sketchworks NewsBrake, I'm Allie O'Neill.
Thank you, Allie. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Oh, don't forget to post the source code on GitHub. Javier Bardem is being criticized for playing Desi Arnaz in the Amazon film Being the Ricardos. Bardem was born in Spain, but Arnaz was born in Cuba. Bardem explained to those complaining that what he's doing is called acting. Javier Bardem's wife, actress Penelope Cruz, also born in Spain, revealed on CBS Sunday Morning that she bans her 2 children from social media in order to protect them. Protect them from seeing pictures of their mom like this. If you'd like your very own Sketchworks comedy pasties, comment below. In more celebrity news, Kanye West has bought the mansion across the street from his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian. He's hoping to meet Pete Davidson. In even more celebrity news, Arnold Schwarzenegger surprised 25 veterans by purchasing 25 tiny houses, although we just call them houses. The Associated Press reports many popular news outlets, like cable and broadcast television, are losing viewers who aren't as interested in day-to-day news anymore. Their loss, our gain here at Sketchworks NewsBrake. Please like and follow us. When we last saw Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent Tim Millard, he was driving to the nearest international border to escape the IRS and its wrath for giving nifty and potentially unethical tips about reducing your tax burden. Let's see where he's at now.
Brian, I have not yet made it to a non-extradition country, but I am in what I think is the next best thing. Currently hiding underneath the bed in the spare bedroom of my parents' house. And the way I figure it, my parents are not going to turn me into the IRS. Actually, that depends on how much the IRS is offering as a reward. I know my parents could use the money. Would they really turn in their youngest son? Yes. Yes, they would turn me in. Brian, I guess I better hit the road. For Sketchworks NewsBrake, I'm Tim Millard.
Thank you, Tim. Don't forget, wear a helmet. Since Tim is now technically a criminal, let's have a look at what other criminals have been up to. That's our criminal sound. Last week, police in Missouri arrested a woman who killed her boyfriend with a sword. She says she's innocent because, like Alec Baldwin, she didn't think the sword was loaded. At a traffic stop in Clearwater, Florida, authorities discovered cocaine and meth wrapped around the driver's penis. The man claims the drugs are not his. Clearly, this investigation has gone soft and limp. So police arrested his penis. The Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, is now at a federal prison hospital in North Carolina after spending 2 decades at the nation's most secure Supermax prison. Inmates who wind up at this prison hospital tend to be either really sick or are on the verge of dying. The Bureau of Prisons won't say why the Unabomber is there, but our comedic speculation says the Unabomber had a heart attack when someone told him about NFTs. The wife of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones was arrested Christmas Eve on domestic violence charges. Now, this is another example of the mainstream media creating a story to divert attention from the fact that Joe Biden is operating an underground sex trafficking ring involving free-range alpacas. It is so transparent. Come on, sheeple, wake up. A man in Brooklyn claims he was punched in the face because he was wearing an Israeli military hoodie. And because he called a guy the N-word. Neighbors say that a Staten Island man was strangled to death over a love triangle. Although in Staten Island, love triangle just means pizza. Harvard biologist Edward O. Wilson, known to many as the Ant-Man for his study of insects, is dead at the age of 92. His pallbearers will be tiny but numerous. 2021 Central Community College of Nebraska graduate Katie Ayers earned a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records for paddling a canoe on mushrooms. Which sounds beautiful, man. Why has no one else done this? Eating some shrooms, paddling out on a lake, being one with water, air, the universe. We all need to be more like Katie and paddle a... Oh, the canoe is made out of mushrooms. I guess that's special too. Of course, the right-hand side of a mushroom boat is known as the starboard side. The left-hand side of a mushroom boat is the portabella. We can't end the year on that, surely. The head of the Atmospheric Sciences Department at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, which is a bit of a mouthful, predicts winter tornadoes will be 9 times stronger by the year 2099. Reaction to this news was overwhelmingly the same. Glad I won't be alive to deal with that. That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxell. Say hi to your mom for me. I'll be kissing her at midnight. And on New Year's Eve as well.
I'm not going to shut down the economy. I'm not going to shut down the country. I'm going to shut down the virus.
Look, there is no federal solution. This gets solved at a state level.